Thank you, Kelly. Hey, Christina. There's Christina Kimmerly from her office.
Hello. Hello.
All right, well, it's 12:02, so why don't we go ahead and get started? As it is with every meeting, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you're able to stand and join me, please do so. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thanks everybody. And in case you don't know, my name's Barb Thomas and I'm your president for this year. Before we move on, I do want to just take a second or two to kind of reflect, and I think we, maybe a half a minute in silence to think about the people that we know personally as well as through our club that have passed this year. And I think of this especially because I do know that some of our members have had very close family members pass away in just the past few days. And I think that at the end of the year, this is the time when we do reflect on the people who have left us. And so if you would just please join me in, a few seconds of just quiet memory for those who have passed on. Thank you. Thanks so much. So here we are at the end of 2020, a year to remember. And it certainly has been a unique one for us. And, let's just hope that 2021 brings us the opportunity to meet in person, the opportunity to volunteer again, that it gives us some of the things that were taken away from us in 2020, but 2020 did give us the opportunity to reflect on what is important, which is heavily our family and our friends and our community. So with that, we're gonna move forward with kind of a fun New Year's Eve meeting. Before we go, I'm gonna turn it over to Kelly Drown quick for a couple of Zoom tips before we move on. Kelly?
All right, thanks, Barb. Just a quick reminder, especially during some of our special performances, to please use your mute button to avoid any background noise. And then also you can go up into the view button on the top right hand of your screen and be sure to select speaker view so that you have the utmost clearest picture of our performers throughout today. And then if you have questions, you can certainly use the participant tab and raise your hand, as well as please don't forget to enter in your chat, in the chat that you are present today so that we can take attendance. Thanks so much, Barb.
Great. And just gonna do a quick look through to see if any of our note takers are here today. We didn't really have this one on the schedule. Doesn't look like it right now. So if anybody wants to step up to the plate and go above and beyond the call of duty and jot a few notes, please feel free to do so. There's not gonna be a lot of heavy content that you're gonna have to cover. So just know that's the case. So before we move on, let's just do a quick introductions. I don't think we have a lot of guests, but I do think that perhaps we have a few. If you'd like to introduce your guest, please go to the participant button and raise your hand. We would love to call on you. I do see that Mark Priest has a guest. Mark, would you like to do an intro?
Wow, this is my wife, Leslie. Some of you may remember her from the bank, Don Hills Bank. Which one? South Gilbert. So she's seen familiar faces here. And we're dressed for that Hawkeye game that is going to happen at 2 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of pressure, but we're excited.
Excellent. That's great. Who do the Hawks play at 2 o'clock?
Rutgers.
Oh, Rutgers.
Vivian
But hey,
Springer.
they were looking pretty darn good the other night, I thought. So, you know, it was good. If we can't have that last football game, at least we still got basketball to keep us busy. So
That's right.
go Hawks. All right, well, I do want to make sure that we do our Rotary moment of gratitude and positivity, because that's a great tradition that we've started this year. And today I've asked David Bywater if he would share his Rotary moment of gratitude and positivity. David?
Thank you, President Barb. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Fabulous. That's great. Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you're excited about the day. Hope you're excited about the year that is upon us. I wanted to reflect on a current theme that I'm seeing in the news lately, and that is the bah humbug of good riddance to 2020. And I would have to say that I feel a little bit yes and a little bit no about that. I have a feeling that many of us feel that 2020 was a bust, and it will go down as a year that was the year of the mask, I should say, with events canceled, with celebrations postponed, with milestones missed, and most of the things that we love on pause. We stopped going out to eat. We stopped gathering with friends and family. We stopped getting our hair cut. And we changed our approach to shopping and much, much more. For generations, we will have stories to tell about 2020. Most importantly, we will need to remember those lives that were altered and lost. Most of us know someone by now that's been affected by COVID-19. The illness has impacted colleagues and friends in very severe ways. And I thank Barb for the moment of silence a few minutes ago where we could reflect on that. I have a dear friend, Neil Bennett. Many of you know Neil, who was one of the first patients who is still in recovery. And you've seen his story on the newspaper recently. And he is working on recovery. He attended one of our church meetings the other night. But my hope for you is that you do not see 2020 as a bust. The year has reminded us to be grateful of our healthcare community and first responders and the care that they grant to family and friends and all of those who should be our family and friends. For those of you at Midwest One Bank, that's a reference to Grandpa Ben. To be grateful to those supporting our community by staffing our grocery stores and protecting our community and providing basic services that keep things going and everyone safe. To be grateful to those who responded to the events of the year by making us challenge our norms and to think differently about our relationships and about how our society works. And to be grateful to those who addressed the special needs of the year so that we could still work and go to school and go to church and have football and so forth. Many of those things each in different ways, but we still found a way to get satisfaction and enjoyment from those things, even though they were different. I want to thank everyone for rising to the occasion. That includes the leadership of this Rotary Club, who set a great example for how Rotary could continue to have an impact. So I'd like to offer a toast to the old year, yes to 2020. I would say that 2020 was full of lessons about hope and faith and perseverance. Thank you, Barb. When we did not know the answer, we sought information and we developed plans. I believe searching for direction brought greater appreciation for the blessings that each of us has. I'd like to say in my toast that all of us are essential, each in our own way. And that's not so we can get to the head of the line for a vaccine. It's more so we can recognize that each of us can contribute, and many of us did, in ways that nurture our community and help us move forward and continue to work and play. And I'd like to say that 2020 brought an opportunity for us to slow down and appreciate what is important. It has been a chance to rethink our priorities and our expectations. I would also like to offer a toast to the new year for the promise of renewal that it brings. I'm excited about the opportunities and new adventures. We will rediscover the joy of time spent with family and friends outside of our immediate living group. That's a nod to my children who wanted to be on this call to see how I could perform in this message, and I wouldn't let them, even though today is a tradition of Rotary years and years ago of having your family present. So I was blessed with the opportunity to go to work with a great team every day throughout the year. We had to do things differently, as many of you did, but we were able to provide our products and services to the satisfaction of our customers. And we were touched by COVID, as many of you were, with challenges that were brought to each part of our business. We have been lucky and smart in our approach, and we learned in our response along the way. I know that can be said for organizations all across our community, and I appreciate each and every one of them that did indeed rise to the occasion. And so at the end of 2020, I hope that we are all ready for a new year and that we're eager to continue moving forward. Peace and blessings to you all.
Well done, David. So here, a toast to all that he mentioned, to 2020 and on to 2021. A little sip of my tea. So next is one of our first elements of fun. This will feature our own delightful Anna Moyer Stone. So we are going to, what we're going to do is a Zoom poll, everybody. So you're going to have to pick. And we are going to play a couple of rounds. The first one with Anna of 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay, so we're going to launch a poll and Anna is going to read us her question. Are you ready, Anna? Okay, where is she?
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, good. Thank you. There is a poll up there. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
This is for 2 truths and 1 lie. So 2 of these are true. 1 of them is a lie. 1, I have, well, actually, number 1 should be, I have seen Paraguay.
Okay.
2, I am an only child. Or 3, I won a pie making contest.
Okay, so everyone please go out there and make your selections.
So you have to choose which one of those is a lie.
Okay. And we're getting there. 64% of the votes are in. We'll get a little closer and then we'll launch the results and Anna will tell us what the right answer is, or should we say the incorrect answer, because it's what's wrong. All right, so I'm going to share the results. It looks like 53% of you believe that she did not win a pie contest. So tell us, what's the story?
I'm sort of offended now. Really, guys? I make award-winning pie. No, the lie is that I'm an only child. I have an older brother, Peter. Next month I turn 40 and he turns 43. He lives in Madison. So I'm not an only child. I am a younger sister. But I have won a pie making contest. Anyone from, wait, is Margaret Reese here? Altrusa? Yes. So they started the Joe Beers pie contest for the Johnson County Fair. I entered their first year and won Best Apple Pie in 2007. So for a year, I could say that I make the best apple pie in Johnson County. Coincidentally, that same week, a paper that I had published in law school was featured in a footnote in another law review. And I can tell you 0 people cared about that. And everyone was like, so what kind of pie did you make? What's the ingredients? So yes, my academic work is out of there. No one cares. I do make award-winning pie. I have not been to Paraguay, but I've seen it. So there's a part of the world where Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay all meet. And I have been there. I've not actually been to Paraguay, but I have seen it. It looks very lush. That's all I can tell you.
Great. All
So
right.
there you
well,
go.
Thanks. Kudos to the people who guessed correctly. So,
yeah, and shame on you to those who didn't.
Right. And now we all know that when we meet in person, Anna's going to be bringing us pie. Yes. Apple pie, specifically. Yes. Invite her to dinner. Guess what she's going to bring? Apple pie. Right. All right. Well, the next part of our fun New Year's Eve Day meeting will include a performance by our own Erin Schaefer. So Erin, I'm going to turn it over to you. You can let us know what you're going to play and kind of entertain the masses.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to do a song that I think is appropriate for sort of our times and coming to the end of this strange year, hard year, and appreciate the words that David said. That was, I for one am grateful for 2020. I welcomed the sun into the world, and though there was some loss, that's the joy that it's bringing. So I'm going to play Here Comes the Sun. Now, if you know the words, you can certainly sing along, but I recommend you do it on mute because there's a delay and it'll, you know, it probably won't be that pleasant. All right. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I see the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you, Aaron. So appreciate the performance, and I appreciate, you know, I know that Aaron like thought a lot about like what he could perform and what would be a good message. And I would agree that that's a good one for all of us. So I think one of the things that we miss about meeting in person is that we don't have the opportunity to have conversations at our tables. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to break up into Zoom rooms. And this way you'll be able to like get together in a smaller group. So I encourage you that when you get into the room, make sure you unmute your microphone, unmute your camera if your camera is muted. And we will do this for maybe about 10-ish minutes. And it'll just give you a chance, you know, talk about what you've done over the holidays. Talk about what you're looking forward with the new year. Talk about how much you're looking forward to tasting Anna's apple pie. Whatever you'd like, right? You can do it. We're going to do 6 rooms. So watch and join.
Hey, Madeline. Hey, Christy.
Hi there.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Hey, James.
Where are you at, Ryan?
I'm at Big Grove, so I'm going to be bringing our, hold on, is there a lot of background noise?
No.
Okay. Well, good. That's
jealous.
encouraging. Yeah, well, I haven't enjoyed anything here yet. I've just been getting ready to film. Their bartender is going to show us some interesting concoctions for your New Year's Eve festivities.
Perfect.
Cool. That'll be great. What did everybody do for Christmas?
Small gatherings.
Oh.
Yep, very small.
Yeah. But nice. I mean, I think what David said is so true. We've all had to, you know, really take pause and appreciate what we have, which, you know, we don't always do that when we're running 100 miles an hour. So.
Right. Anybody have big plans for New Year? No, small gathering or small gathering.
Small gatherings, yeah.
Me too. One, me.
I love that you've already started.
I love it.
After all, if you lived in Europe, you'd probably always have a glass of wine with lunch, right?
There you go. Perfect.
Christy, it looks like you're at work at Midwest One downtown.
I am.
Yep.
I am.
Do you at least get off?
Closing at 4.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
It's only an hour, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
Madeline, I love your light fixture.
Oh, thank you.
And Eric, we were talking before everyone jumped on. You're off from Kirkwood for almost, well, a week and a half. That's so nice.
Yeah, that's one of the nice incentives we get every year at Kirkwood. We get a good week and a half off over the holidays, and we're still checking email and phone calls once a day at least. But it's nice to have that time away with family to recharge.
Absolutely.
Been able to go sledding with your kids?
I'm up at my in-laws now, way up in far northern Iowa. And this afternoon, we're going to hook up a big toboggan behind the tractor. And my father-in-law is going to take myself, my wife, and our 2 boys through the snow-covered cornfield. So the kids are looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
that sounds,
we'll probably have the dog hop on here with us. So
that's great.
Nice.
Yep.
Ryan,
we went sledding at Brown Deer yesterday. That's an amazing sledding hill.
It is.
So much fun.
So much. Do your dogs like the snow, Ryan?
Yeah, they do, but their fur really picks it up, so they gain like 10 pounds every time they go out to the bathroom. But they enjoy wrestling in it.
Throw them in the dryer afterwards?
I wish I could.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's wonderful that Brown Deer allows people to sled there. You know, some golf courses are like they don't want it to be torn up, but Brown Deer is typically welcoming sledders with open arms. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's such a safe spot too. You know you're never going to hit a rock or corn stalk or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun and such a long run there too on hole number 1.
Yep.
Yeah. It's fun.
Is that by the clubhouse? Brian, is that by the clubhouse? The hill by the clubhouse?
Yeah. Yep. You park at the clubhouse and then just kind of walk right around it.
Yeah.
And there's inevitably 50 or so kids out there enjoying life.
Mm-hmm.
And adults too. I love sledding. It's fun.
Christy, is the bank busy?
No, well, not really. The lobbies are still closed.
Oh, God.
We're, I think, opening up on Monday. So, no, generally it hasn't been very busy. A lot of us are working from home, like 3 days a week. So, yeah.
Got it. We initially we were told that leadership was going to discuss having us return on Monday, and we haven't heard anything. So I have a feeling maybe they're kind of see if the wave of the holidays wreaked any havoc. So, but I'm ready to get back. That's for sure.
Yeah, the 3-day, 2-day thing is really nice because I get a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So yeah, going a little crazy. My dogs are getting tired of me.
Yeah. I get it.
I just saw like a meme on Facebook that it showed that this 2020 went down as the best year in dogs history because their owners were around constantly.
Yeah,
I bet.
Well, one of my colleagues, her husband is a vet, and it has been a record year with all the new puppy visits.
Mm-hmm. And it's strange when you go to like not be able to talk to the vet at all, and you sit in the car and wait.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those dogs that can sled.
There you
I think the key would be to, get a husky and then train it to bring your sled back up the hill every time. That'd be great.
Right.
There you go.
With a couple kids on the sled.
Looks like you're up next, Eric, with 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, I hope I can fool people.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if it's about sledding through cornfields, we're gonna know.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Big Grove is having a kids noon Year's Eve right now, and
Oh yeah,
they're pulling it off really well. They got all the kids are doing well with the mask requirements, and good for the kids to be able to have a little fun.
Yeah. James,
Ryan,
how are you?
James,
How are you doing, James?
What?
How are you?
I'm good, but I'm thinking about Park City, where I lived for 38 years, and there was skiing and a lot of snow and a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
Do you still ski?
Well, not here in Iowa City, that's for sure, and I haven't been back out there for a while.
You can do cross country in Iowa City.
Well, cross country is too much work, so I'd rather do downhill.
My son lives in Denver, and he's a big snowboarder. And all the kids were here at Thanksgiving, and he brought a snowboard that you actually use on the street.
Oh,
and so
wow.
Treated to him racing around the streets like when he was little on his snowboard. It was hilarious.
Well, the snowboarders are a little bit hazardous to the skiers in Park City.
Well, he
lots of times out of control.
Yeah, he snowboards, what do you call it? Backcountry. So they go up places that there aren't any skiers.
Yeah.
And they ski off these
You gotta be careful with that though, with avalanches and so on.
Yeah, he's taken avalanche training too.
Oh, wow.
So it scares the heck out of me.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Ryan, the restaurant you're part of in North Liberty called Table, are you guys kind of taking a brief hiatus to kind of see what the new year's going to bring?
Yeah, we were tired of maybe throwing bad money after good. So yeah, we're working luckily with some of our lenders and landlord, and it just seemed right now was a good time to sort of hit pause, and hopefully with the vaccine and other good news that's happening, I think this spring will look a lot more favorable for restaurants and normalcy. So cross your fingers. We'll be back.
Well, I've heard only very good things about it, so I look forward to trying it out.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I think it was a good run, and we learned a lot, and we'll come back better than ever. Jim, when you lived in Park City, did a little bit, but I'm not too bad. I'm actually dreaming of my time in Park City. It was some of the best skiing I've ever done. And just so beautiful there too, with all the huge houses built right into the hillsides, and I loved it there.
So you've been there, Ryan, huh?
Yep. Yeah. One of my best friends got married out there, and he made a ski weekend out of it.
I lived on the golf course there as you come in. And that's behind my house is the cross country ski trail.
Okay. Yeah, really nice area. I've skied in a lot of places, and that was one of the most memorable. It did help that they got about 15 inches of fresh powder that as we were skiing in it, it was just coming down in flakes the size of my fist.
Yeah. Yeah, I've skied around the world too, and it's hard to beat Utah powder skiing, that's for sure.
All right, I'm going to go check in with our bartender because I think after Eric is when we're going to do that. So I'm going to make sure he's ready to go.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
I wonder if he knows his phone's still on.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
There you go. Funny.
Does everybody feel like they've learned a lot more technology this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. And how quickly you have to adjust. I just had a daughter walk in, so in went the earbuds.
Oh, here comes Barb.
All right. Well, nice seeing everyone.
Yep.
Guys.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Oh, we have 1 minute.
Oh,
Are any of your girls still in school, Kelly?
I have 2 in college and 2 in high school.
Do you still?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yep. Yep. So yes, lots of zooming around. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Eric, how old are your kids now?
Our oldest just turned 11 a couple weeks ago, and the youngest will be 8 in a couple weeks. So
Wow.
11 and almost 8. So yep.
Eric and I used to live across the street from each other.
Oh, fun.
And you had your 11-year-old while you were there, didn't you?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like now they've given us the countdown clock.
Yep.
All right.
Excellent. Hope everybody had a good visit.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, it's always good. All right, so next we're gonna play another episode of 2 Truths and a Lie. Okay, so get ready. You're gonna have to select this time, and this is a tricky one, I think. It's from Eric. So hold on, let me get this launched. Okay, Eric, you wanna read your 2 Truths and a Lie?
Sure. Well, first off, great to see everybody. Let's see if I can fool some of you. Have 2 truths and 1 lie. Which one did not happen to Eric? The first choice, in the movie Field of Dreams, Eric appeared in a background scene for a few seconds. Second one, Eric used to work for a semi-professional basketball team. And third and final one, Eric was on the front page of USA Today with President George Herbert Walker Bush in 1989. So which one of those 3 do you think did not happen? Which is the lie?
So Eric, can you turn your video on?
Yes, let me.
There you go, great.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear the stories behind some of this. All right, 2 more seconds. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and end the polling. And then share the results. It looks like 50% of you believe that he used to work for a semi-professional basketball team. Okay, Eric, give us the scoop.
Okay, the scoop. My first job after college, I always wanted to go into professional sports. So I worked for a semi-professional basketball team, the Quad City Thunder, for a couple years before, kind of comically, the entire basketball league went bankrupt. I got out of there before it happened. And then I shifted into the nonprofit fundraising world. So it is true that I used to work for a semi-professional basketball team. The other truth was in 1989, I went to the National Boy Scout Jamboree. And my group was one of the groups chosen to be on the stage with President George Herbert Walker Bush as the color guard. So no one probably knows it but me, but on the day after this happened, after President Bush spoke, he was on the front of USA Today with some Boy Scouts behind him. And you can partially see half of my face cut off. So the lie was I was not in a background scene in Field of Dreams. That was the lie.
Oh, that's a good one. You know, I read those all to my kids and we were all like taking different bets. So I'll have to share it with them and see which one of us got it right. So
Sure.
Kind of a fun idea.
Yep.
Okay, well, with that, I'm going to stop sharing those results. And then I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Bell. So Ryan is coming to us today from Big Grove, and we're going to have a special guest who's going to give us a little bit of a cocktail lesson on a drink or two that we could make with beer. So Ryan, are you there?
I'm here, Barb. Thanks for turning it over. I'm live on location at Big Grove Brewery, our beloved former home for 6 months anyway. Some of the best Rotary lunches we've ever had. I'm with Zach Suter. Zach is the beer ambassador here at Big Grove. Hello. And he's going to show us a cool concoction that they make with their Easy Eddie beer, which is available at any Hy-Vee or any liquor store around town. And this is something you can all enjoy tonight. Sorry about any background noise. We've got a little bit going on here, but Zach's going to take it away and show us how this lovely concoction is made. Zach?
Yes, hello. I'm Zach. I'm one of the bartenders here at the Big Grove. We have an assortment of beer cocktails, and this is one of our favorites here. It's the Weekend at Eddie's. So we take liquor and then we make little cocktails, mix it up with our beer. We're using, like you said, we're using Easy Eddie. This is he's one of our favorite boys here. He's the best-selling beer in house. People love this beer. It won the gold at the U.S. Beer Open in 2019. So we're very proud of this beer, and we like to do what we can with it. So without further ado, I have an assortment of things here. What's in this cocktail? It's a rum-based drink. We use the silver rum, so just to I don't know, yeah, it's a good one. And then we got triple sec. It's an orange liqueur. It's a very tropical citrusy beverage. We add some lime juice, and then we have our orange bitters, and then this is some pineapple juice. And then we top it off with some Easy Eddie. So to start, I always do 1.5 ounces, a full shot of the rum. Looks about right. And then we do 1/2 ounce of the triple sec. Half an ounce of the lime juice. And then a couple dashes of the orange bitters. And then I'll add some ice here. Maybe. Have that. And then it's equal parts of pineapple juice and Easy Eddie. So there's that. And then I'm going to head over the tap line here. And yeah, that's about it. And that's a very refreshing. Let's see if I made it right. 1 second. Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Zach says it's good. We'll post that recipe in the chat or email it out for whoever our note taker is today. But thank you, Zach.
Yeah,
that was great.
Problem. This is fun. Thank you for having me.
Great.
Back over to you, President Barb.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Thanks for going on location today and providing us with that special episode. So next, we're going to go back to Aaron Schaefer for another song. So Aaron, hopefully you can get that guitar out and do a little more entertaining for us.
Okay, I think I'm off mute now.
Yep.
This is a song that many of you who have been with the club for a while will recognize. It's one of my favorite songs. I sing it to my sons. I sing it whenever I can. I learned it on the guitar just for this occasion. My wish for 2021 is that we bring back singing when we're back in person, because that's something that I really enjoy. So anyway, here it is. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is, you'll know it. And sing along, but do it on mute. Smile, and the world smiles with you. Sing a song. Don't be weary, just be cheery all day long. Whenever your trials, your troubles, and your cares seem to be more than you can really bear, smile, and the world smiles with you. Sing a song.
Of my faves as well. So I think we all can hope that in 2021, we have plenty of reasons to smile. So, okay, let's see, we're at 12:43. How about one more? I'm trying to figure out if we have time for a breakout room. Does everybody want to do, I'm going to go to gallery view. I want to just see a bunch of thumbs up if you want to do a short 5-minute breakout room. Thumbs up or thumbs down? People are, okay, we're going to go for it. All right. And
hello again.
Hi there.
Again.
Am I sideways? There we go.
There you go. You're good. We're used to you being sideways anyway, Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, what a fun drink.
How was the audio? Could you hear what he was saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Taylor, cool. My daughter just turned 21, well, in August, so I brought her over. I'm like, come look at this. You know how cool Rotary is? Yeah.
I thought maybe you would get a taste of that, Ryan.
Yeah.
He wanted to taste it, and that's okay.
Yeah. So the question is, how many ounces are in the glass he used? Because the last instruction was equal parts of Easy Eddie and pineapple juice.
Right, with all that ice too, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess
maybe
like,
it wasn't a big glass.
No. I bought one of their tulip glasses. I really like that tulip glass.
Yeah. It looked like at least 12 ounces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
I don't know. Well, I did realize that like most everybody's in the exact same room. So next time I got to do more to make sure I mix them up a little bit. But
how do you do that?
I think I'd have to go into manual and like move people around possibly, you know, or something to just kind of reshape it. Or, you know, I will say if you like go to Zoom, you can put in questions and there's always a lot of helpful suggestions on how to do stuff. And YouTube actually has great videos on all kinds of aspects of, you know, running Zoom meetings and how to do rooms and different things like that. So.
You ever use Teams, Barb, or anyone?
I've only been in like 1 or 2 meetings here or there with Teams.
Yeah, I use it on a different board that I'm on. And I have to say that Zoom is like a million times easier to use.
Oh.
Half the time my audio doesn't work or my video or, you know, and I'm the chairperson on some of the committees. So it's really not good.
Yeah.
Well, today I noticed that there was a button along the bottom that said, you know, since I was host, it says like closed captioning. And I'm wondering if they have that for Zoom webinars, because so the alumni office at Tippy, we bought a Zoom webinar license because we've been doing things with more people. And so, but then if we want to post them on YouTube, we always close caption them, and it's this whole process. And so now I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that's like an add-on that, you know, if you're recording it, you could choose closed caption and it would do it for you. You always have to have somebody proof it because it can kind of be a little wonky, but still it's.
Because I just went on my settings and mine is set to closed caption, but I don't see my.
It might be because we're in a room.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that would be the case. So when we go back to the meeting, do that and then just let me know what you see, because you might actually see, maybe it's trying to give you the captions for whoever's speaking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Handy.
I've never seen it do that, but anyway, mine is already set for that. So.
Right. Eric, I thought your 2 truths and a lie were great.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time trying to come up with those, so they'd be good ones.
They were.
They really were. I know that like my one son was like, okay, the George W. Bush one is very specific because it could have been a different Bush, or it could have been a different year, or it could have been a different publication. Like he had lots of factoids in that he was like, I think that one's true because it was so specific.
Yeah.
But
so were you like 10 years old then?
Yeah, well, I would have been 14 or 15.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're older than I think.
They picked a few random Boy Scout troops to go on stage with President Bush. And like I said, I'm probably the only one who knows it's me. You see Bush in the front, in the background, they're scouts, and my buddy Dustin's right next to me, and you just see like half of my face. But I still have that old USA Today in the basement somewhere, just
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Well framed.
Yeah.
Exactly. Here's my half claim to fame.
Yep. And the basketball one is, I always wanted to check out professional sports. I was a director of group sales there for a couple years. The whole league went bankrupt, and then I got into the nonprofit fundraising world after that. It worked out for the better, but if I didn't do it, I always would have wondered about what could have been or what it was like.
That's the way I feel about performing. You know, like I was a theater major and I did a bunch of acting after college. And if I hadn't done it, I think I always would have wondered like, well, could I have done it or not? And so it was good for me to, you know, be a super poor,
struggling artist.
Meryl Streep. Yeah.
No, you know, the only person, like in one of the reviews, I got called a horny Nancy Culp, who is the woman who played, you know, Miss Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, oh yeah, like I wasn't compared to Meryl Streep or like any like hot ones. No, Miss Jane Hathaway.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's unfortunately true, but you know. Okay, I am gonna do a little announcement that will come back in a minute. Aaron's performance was great.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was a great version of Smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it took him a while to learn it because he had to like find the music and everything was piano, and so he had to figure it out. All right, I'm going to close the rooms and bring everybody back.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Barb.
Okay.
Nice.
And I say,
We're gonna have
Jason,
to let Jean finish the story, though.
Yeah, Jean, finish your story.
Okay, Jean.
we'll save it for next chat room.
Okay.
What?
Make sure we're in that same room there, Barb.
I was just going to say, I'm sorry. I probably should have mixed you up more, but I didn't realize it wasn't doing it. So got it. You sure you don't want to share that story with us, Jean?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, so here we go. It is the third round of 2 truths and a lie, okay? And let me pick it up. And this time it's me. All right. So I don't know if you know this, but I was a theater major in college and I did some performing in Chicago after college. And so which of these two, I played two of these roles on stage and one of them I did not play. Was I a ghost? Was I a nun? Or was I a poodle? Anna's thinking. So which one did I not play? Okay, I'm going to end the polling and I'm going to share the results. So 59% of you thought I did not play a ghost. And guess what? You're wrong. You are wrong. I did not play a ghost. The role I did not play is a nun. That is right. So I did play a ghost. I played Fruma Sarah in Fiddler on the Roof. So if you remember Fiddler on the Roof, hey, Fruma Sarah, and it was amazing because like to play Fruma Sarah on stage, you actually ride on somebody's shoulders. So I was like, you know, I don't know, 7, 8 feet tall. And I had this massive costume because you have to have basically costume pieces that will hide the head of the person that you are sitting on. So just imagine that. It was crazy. And the other is that I actually did play a poodle. So when I was in Chicago, I was the understudy in a play called Candyland, the saga of Helen Brock and her pet poodle Sugar. And if you remember, Helen Brock was the widow of the Brock candy person, and she mysteriously disappeared. This whole play was about it. And I understudied both Helen Brock and the poodle. And so the poodle character, of course, wore a poodle skirt, and both Helen Brock and the poodle had white bouffant wigs. So because it kind of looked to get like each other, and there was a lot of pink. But yes, I did play a poodle. And actually it was when I was playing in that, I was not the poodle, I was understudying Helen Brock. That was the first time that my husband actually ever saw me, was when I was wearing a white bouffant wig. So imagine that. And then, you know, it would be a better story if I could say the first time he saw me, I was playing a poodle. That would be a really, really good story. But, you know, I'll do what I can, right? Okay, well, I hope you all have kind of enjoyed this slightly different New Year's Eve day meeting. I want to encourage everybody to attend next week's meeting. So our speaker next week, we're actually going to have, he is a Tippie College of Business alumnus. His name's Steve LaCroix, and he is the Chief Marketing Officer for the Minnesota Vikings. And so he will actually be interviewed by our own Hawkeye great and former NFL player, Nate Keating. So it's going to be kind of a football centric game, but you can find out more about the game of sport or the business of sports. Steve specifically is responsible for like the sponsorship deal and the naming of US Bank Stadium. He's worked for the Minnesota Vikings for 20 years. So he's gone from Metrodome all the way to the new big, beautiful stadium that they have. And he's been in charge of everything from group sales, ticket sales, season tickets, but scholarships and different things, or not scholarships, but the naming and the sponsorships and stuff. So that promises to be a great meeting. So please, I hope you can attend, and I hope you encourage anybody. If you know some Minnesota Vikings fans, feel free to have them come. They can come. Oh, looks like Katie Knight's a Vikings fan. Skol. I have to say, if you have never been to a Vikings game, they are something to see because you don't see it on TV, but when they score a touchdown, they sing. They do. They're like Rotarians. They sing, and they have this whole song that's like, Skol Vikings, run up the score. I mean, it's amazing. So I highly recommend it. It's really something to see. So with that, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I want to give you a challenge. So we've got a new year, 2021 is coming. So let's think about what we can do to, continue to build community, even though we're just seeing each other through these little squares on our computer. What can we do to help our community? How can we help each other? How can we continue to be Rotarians and have an impact on our world, despite the fact that at least the first few months of the year, we're still going to be at home. We're still going to be wearing our masks. What can we do to have an impact? So think about that. And if our club can be a part of that, I want you to bring those ideas forward, because we can all make a difference. So with that, if you will, you can feel free to unmute your microphone and join me in the 4-way test. Of all of the things that we think,
say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it fair
to all concerned?
Will it build
goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
So great, thanks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
See you all in 2021.